Hello, welcome to JavaScript tutorial, chapter 12, part 2, JavaScript conditional statements, brought to you by Ankpro Technologies. My name is Harish. In this session, we are going to learn about the conditional statements in JavaScript. Right now, let us understand that very clearly. In the last session, we learned about three statements, conditional statements. They are if else, and if else if and else statements. As of now, in this session, we are going to learn about the switch statement. Okay. When we should use the switch statement? Keep in mind, we should use the switch statement to improve the readability of a program. I repeat, we should use the switch statement to improve the readability of a program, and also multiple else if and else statements can be replaced with the switch statement. So in the last session we worked on the three statements. They are if else, and if else if and else statements. And keep in mind, this code whatever we are written, it's not that readable. So in order to make this code readable, we have to make use of the switch statement. In the sense, whatever we achieved with the help of if else if and else statement, we can achieve that with the help of switch also. But whatever the code we write with the help of switch statement, it's more readable than if else if and else statements. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a demo of switch statement. So in order to do that, what I'll do is I'll just remove this part, if else and else if part. Okay, fine. We're going to achieve the same thing with the help of switch statement. So I'll take a switch. To the switch, I'm going to pass this user number. What does this user number variable consist of? This user number variable consists of the value, the number, whatever the end user is entering. Okay, in the sense, this prompt window is going to take the input. That input will be a number, and that number will be stored in this user number variable. This user number variable I am passing to this switch statement. User number. So based on the value passed here, okay, here we'll write the cases. Suppose if the user passes 1, okay, switch statement, switch block, it consists of cases in it. Okay, now let me write case and unread. Okay, here below that I'm going to write a statement what it has to execute, that case exactly. So it has to execute telling like your entered number is your entered number is 100. So right now let me tell you how it works, and after that we have to add a breakpoint. Okay, now let me add another case and let me explain you very clearly how it works. So let me make it as 200 and the user entered number is 200. Similarly, and I'll make it as 300. So keep in mind, now what we are going to do is we are going to take the input from the prompt window, and I'm going to store that value in the user number variable, and this variable I'm passing to the switch. So if the user entered number is 100, so it will come to this case where the value 100 is present. So it's matching here. So the case is 100, the entered number, user entered number is 100, so it's going to execute this part. In a sense, user entered number is 100. Suppose if the user number contains a value like 200, okay, immediately the switch statement, it switches this case, okay, and it prints the sentence like user entered number is 300. Similarly, if user enters 300, it comes and stores the user number, and switch statement, it will execute this case. Okay, keep in mind, after every case, at the end of this statement, we have a breakpoint. We have a break keyword here. What does this break keyword does? In the sense, this break keyword, immediately after executing this sentence, this break keyword comes out of this switch statement. Okay, that's what the specialty of this break keyword present here. Suppose if the user entered number did not match any of the case present here, then we have to write the default value. How do I write the default value? It's very simple. Default, okay, I'll write like alert your entered number did not match between 100 and 300. Okay, now let me run this page. So what I'll do, I'll navigate. Okay, I'll go back here and I'll refresh. Suppose if I enter 100, okay, I'm going to get the output like user entered number is 100. After when I click OK, okay, that window is gone. So what's happening right now is when I enter the number 100, it comes and sits into this variable, and after that switch statement, it'll be having that value 100 and it will pass to the respective case which is having the value 100. So this case is having the value 100, so it's going to execute this. After executing this, it is hitting this break keyword. What does this break keyword does? It comes out of this switch statement. If you don't have the break keyword, this case also will get executed. So it must and should, after each case we have to add the break keyword. Okay, suppose now let me go back and let me enter some other number like 400. Okay, we'll get the output as your entered number did not match between 100 and 300, because we have written our cases only to 100, 200 and 300. If user enters any number other than this, the default thing will get executed. And keep in mind, after to this also we have to add a break keyword. I just forget to tell you, you have to add a break keyword. Okay, Control S. Okay, and this is what the switch statement. And keep in mind, when you compare this code with the if else and else if code, this looks more readable. So we have to use the switch case to make our program more readable, and multiple if statements can be replaced with the switch statement. That's what we saw in the demo. And this is what the code snippet present here. Like this is using if, else if and else, and this is using the switch. Okay, here you can compare the two things, like the switch is equal to this if, which takes the condition, and switch also takes the condition, sorry, the value. This takes the condition and it takes the variable, and this else if, it's similar to this case, and this else is similar to this default. Okay, this is what the similarity between if, else if and else and the switch cases. Okay, right now let me tell you some of the important or key points in switch statement. Okay, in general we need to have a break statement after each case statement. Yes, obviously we are doing that. After each case statement we are adding a break keyword. Okay, and let me come back to presentation. If there is no break statement, the execution falls automatically to the next case until a break statement is encountered or end of the program is reached. So what they are telling you right now is, suppose if I miss to add this break keyword, what happens? Suppose if user enters 100, okay, it will switch statement switch to this case, that is 100, it prints this. Immediately after that it does not find a break keyword, so what it does is it switch to this case also, which is 200, and it will print this also. Okay, and after that here we have a break keyword, so it comes out of the switch statement. Right now when I run this program, I'm going to get two pop-ups. One pop-up will tell like your entered number is 100. After that it will also print like your entered number is 200, because the case 100 is not having a break keyword. So now let me go back, let me save this first, let me go back to my browser, let me do fi, and now I'll enter 100. You can observe when I press OK, I'll get two pop-ups. One is your entered number is 100, and after that you can observe you got your entered number is 200. This is wrong way of coding. So what we have to do is, after each case statement we have to add a break keyword. So once you add the break keyword, after the execution of the particular value matched, which is present in this variable, it will come out of the switch statement. Okay, that is the key point you have to keep in mind. And also we can combine multiple case statements together when we want the same piece of code to be executed for multiple cases. So let me show you a simple example. So what I'll do right now is, okay, I'll just remove this, and I'll remove this also, and let it be like this. Your entered number is, let me pass that variable itself. So what's happening right now here is, okay, let me combine all the cases present here. Okay, you can observe here, as said from the sentence, like we can combine multiple statements together, multiple case statements together. That's what I'm doing. I'm combining these two statements, these three statements together, and to all these three statements we have only one alert to be pop-up. Okay, what it tells is if user enters 100, 200 or 300, we'll get a pop-up message based on the number what he has entered. Suppose if I entered number 100 here, this value comment stores here and it comes here and it comes in, it's this case. So this case is not having any alert function written, so it switched to 200. 200 is also not having any alert function to execute, so it will switch to 300, and case 300 is having that alert. So what it does is user entered number is 100, it will print like that. So let me go back and let me refresh. Control F5. Now when I press 100, you can observe user entered number is 100. Similarly, let me refresh again. If user entered number is 200, like user entered number is 200. Similarly, let me refresh. Like if user entered number is 300, we'll get the same thing. In the sense, what we are doing here is we are combining the multiple case statements. For all the 3 case statements, we have only one alert message to be pop-up. That is, user entered number is the respective number what user enters. Suppose if user enters something else other than 100, 200 and 300. Suppose if he enters 400, we'll get a message like user entered number did not match between 100 and 300. This is what the meaning of this sentence. They are the key points in switch statement. Okay, and that's what we learned in this session. And finally, thank you for listening. Have a great day. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel Ankpro Training. You can also like our Facebook page visiting these URLs. You can also follow us on Twitter. For further reference, refer our websites. We are on LinkedIn too. Last but not the least, please don't forget to give the feedback. Thank you. Have a great day.